I would like to thank Ash and Lewis for sending me this story, and it is coming out of Miami, Florida, where these Haitian workers were just awarded a $2.5 million settlement after they faced racial discrimination at the place that they were employed at, which was called the Miami Inn. Now, we all know that in Miami, that's like a huge quote unquote Hispanic slash Latino territory right down in that area right there. So basically what happened was the Haitian workers, sorry about that minor interruption, the Haitian workers, and it was 17 of them according to the article, were called slaves while they were working there. And not only that, they told them that they could not speak Creole, their native tongue, their native language, but the Hispanic workers that were working there were free to speak in the Spanish language that, they've always spoken in freely, and nothing would happen. I wonder who owns this hotel. Is it a white person or a Hispanic person? The fact that they allowed the Hispanic people to speak Spanish and nothing happened to them leads me to believe that it's probably a Hispanic owner. And it doesn't surprise me because Haitians get very discriminated against in Haiti because, they share the island with the Dominicans, Dominican Republic and Haiti are all on the same island. They're just on two different sides. And I've always heard horror stories about how the Dominicans treated the Haitians. And quite frankly, I still believe they do. Treat them with utter disrespect and racism. But let me go ahead and read this article. It says Haitian hotel workers who say they were fired for speaking Creole while Hispanic workers were free to chat in Spanish were awarded a hefty payout Monday to settle a discrimination suit brought against the lavish Miami Inn. The fact that they even settled, and I'm talking about the hotel, lets you know that they were in the wrong. I probably would have went a little bit higher, but 2.5 I guess will do. On Friday, the SLS South Beach Hotel agreed to a $2.5 million settlement to the 17 workers who were booted. The $1 million payment stemmed from a lawsuit filed in April 2017 by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. The EEOC will continue to protect workers in the hospitality industry, including Black Haitian community that makes up a significant part of the South Florida workforce. In the lawsuit, Haitian dishwashers employed at the hotel's various restaurants claimed they were banned from speaking Creole, yet their Latino colleagues were allowed to speak Spanish. They were also alleged they were forced to lug heavy items up to the hotel's 13 flights of stairs while the other employees were spared. When the service elevator broke down and workers asked that it be fixed, one manager allegedly said, "Let the slaves do the work." The disgruntled workers took their concerns to Human Resources in April 2014. That same day, the entire Haitian dishwashing staff was fired and replaced with a crew made up of almost entirely of white and or Hispanic workers. James Greeley, chief legal officer of the hotel's parent company, denied the group's firing was racially motivated, however, and said the decision was a legitimate business move after the hotel was forced to outsource the staff. They cannot help to lie whenever they see the opportunity to lie. I mean, you fired the entire Haitian dishwashing staff and replaced them with mostly white and or Hispanic workers. Now, this was a discussion I was having yesterday with a couple of people when it came to how they classify Hispanics. They classify them as white for them numbers, but the minute that they get out of line and they do some illegal shit, then they're Hispanic again. They do that shit every time. That's how they pad their numbers. They didn't replace them with a whole new Haitian crew. They replaced them with a whole white / Hispanic crew. And they're going to try to say it wasn't racially motivated. Get the fuck out of here. We're an inclusive company which employs people of over 60 nationalities, Greeley told the Miami Herald. Nothing that not everyone who got fired was of Haitian descent. As part of the settlement, SLS South Beach will be required to hold mandatory See, this is the shit that Starbucks did. Hold mandatory anti-bias training for all chefs, sous chefs, hourly employees, and managers who work in the hotel's eateries. Local News 10 reported. Federal officials will also monitor the hotel, keeping track of the names and national origins of all workers who are hired and fired. Greeley said the hotel hoped to settle the lawsuit as amicably as possible for the benefit of the fired employees. At the end of the day, these were our employees, he said. These aren't adversaries. That's, like I said, that whole training thing is the same bullshit that Starbucks did. And it's just like with Starbucks, ain't shit gonna come out of it. So all I can say is I've never heard of this hotel because I've never been to Miami. Black people, if you've heard of this hotel and you plan on traveling down to Miami, don't stay there. If you know anybody who is going to Miami and they plan to stay there, tell them not to. Make reservations for another hotel. You got to make sure to hit them where it hurts. Hurt them pockets. And truly, if they settled the way that they did, that's basically them trying to, it's hush money. So they pretty much admitted that they are racist. And what they did was fucked up. But also now, if you're going to have these kind of claims, I think it's almost time that black people, if we're going to have these kinds of claims like this, we need to also catch them with some evidence. I don't give a damn if you have to wear the camera in your in your button for your shirt. You got to catch them in the act of doing this shit. That actually helps push the case along. Because if they had undeniable proof that they were actually doing this, like video documented evidence, a settlement just wouldn't have done. At least not a settlement that small. You would either have to make the settlement higher, or we would take this shit to trial and try to shut all this shit down. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links to my PayPal and Patreon will be down below. I will talk to you in the next one.